Hi guys. So, my name's Francis. So I'm going to be leading you through a short little 15-minute Yin Yoga stretch class to complement the hips flow that I also gave you guys this week. So start on your mat. We are going to start laying on our backs. So take this first few moments of the class, let yourself sink into the mat. Let all your tensions fall down, let gravity pull at them. Feel yourself sinking into the floor. Let your mind start to still. As your body is relaxing, let your mind relax a little bit. Take this time to just be for you. Start your watch. If you start your watch, I know I just did because you just saw it. So slowly bend both knees. Slowly lift your arms up overhead and now roll to one side. Using your arm as a pillow. Slightly bending your legs, finding a fetal position for yourself. Use this moment to scan your body, see exactly how you're feeling right here and right now. Now slowly using your whatever hands on top, not being used as a pillow, press yourself into the floor and face forward, soles of the feet on the floor, both knees pointed toward the ceiling. Now from here, if you're on a mat, it's great because you just have a frame of reference. I'm going to face the other way, actually. So you have a frame of reference, so you widen your feet out to roughly mat width. If you don't have a mat, a little wider than hip distance. Now from here, we're going to take what's called deer. So you're just going to let both knees fall in the right direction. So the left shins almost should be parallel with the front of your mat. The right shin is parallel with the right side of your mat. From here, you're going to reach tall, and you're just going to slowly walk your hands toward the back of your mat, and lay your head down. Maybe make a pillow with one hand on top of the other. Maybe you have an actual pillow. And just let your body relax. Your left hip is free to come up. You should feel a nice stretch along the left outer hip. Your abductors, abductors. You should feel a nice little spinal twist. Gentle lengthening along the left side of your body. We're going to hold this for a few breaths. About 5 breaths. Now this isn't a traditional yin class. Yin, you would hold this pose anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. In restorative, anywhere from 7 to 15 even. So if you're taking this, feel free to pause it. Find how you feel in the pose. Play your favorite music. I love classical piano. It's what quiets my mind. And now slowly walk your hands up, bring yourself upright. And slowly face forward and windshield washer your legs. It helps reset the hips, reset the spine. Now I'm going to turn around, but you don't need to. I'm just doing this so everything's pointed toward the camera. So once more, feet are still wider than hip distance, roughly mat distance. Now slowly we're going to take deer on the left. So let both knees fall to the left. Right shin roughly parallel with the front of the mat. Left shin parallel with the side of your mat. It's not really that specific, so if it doesn't look like that, it's fine. Just do what feels good in your body. Now, slowly lower yourself. Now we did do this pose on the other side, so maybe you can start to feel if one side is tighter than the other. And just take nice, easy breaths in this gentle pose. Now, in this pose, if you can't go all the way down on one side, that's completely fine and normal. I know a lot of teachers like to cue that you need to do the exact same thing on both sides to keep both sides even, but that's such a general cue. If you're injured on one side, by all means, please do not do the same thing on both sides. If you have a dog assistant who insists on giving you all the kisses during yoga, you know exactly what I'm going through. Okay. About 5 more breaths here. Now, you're facing the back of your mat, so I want you to slowly just lay onto your left side. I know, right? It's so weird. So your left hand can be used as a pillow here. You can prop your head up. I want you to step your right foot forward off of the mat. That's right. Now, staying here, I want you to bend your left knee and grab your left foot with your right hand. This pose is called cat grabbing its tail. Now slowly allow your right shoulder weighed down by your left foot to slowly open up. Try to keep your right hip on top of your left hip though. So this is another twist. If it's uncomfortable with where you place your right foot, so slowly bring it down to neutral. The closer it is to where it started, the less sensation you should feel. So slowly allow that right shoulder to fall toward the floor, trying to keep the hips stacked right on top of each other. And now in more flow classes, we tend to always lay our shoulders down, keep the shoulders down, and then twist the lower parts, which is effective in a faster class, but in Yin we have a little more time to feel the stretch, slowly move into it. And so this time we stack the hips, and now we're slowly adjusting the shoulders. 5 more breaths. Or pause the video, hold it for forever. Slowly come upright. Release your left foot. Right foot back to center. Now slowly roll over to your stomach. One hand over the other. Place your forehead down and find a prone savasana. Let everything sink downward into the mat. I know some yoga teachers don't really see the need for counters. I like it. In flows, we always do an active and then we have a quick rest. In the slower yin and restorative, You can always do the same thing, which is exactly what Savasana or corpse pose or child's pose is. So slowly roll to the right side of your body. Right hand can prop up your head, or if you're comfortable, have it all the way down. On the right side of your body, left foot's going to slowly step forward. You're going to bend that right knee, grabbing it with your left hand, and slowly allow your shoulders to open up toward the ceiling. Keeping my hips stacked as best I can, so left hip right over right. I'm not starting to lay down, because that's not a twist. That's also why your left foot, your top leg is extended to help anchor your hips. Taking breaths, easy breaths in and out. If you ever find your breath starting to accelerate, take a step back and find where you're in control. About 5 more breaths here.
Friendly to those who are happy. So my tree, happiness. These are the qualities. Friendliness, compassion.
Slowly release your bottom leg. Coming back into your prone savasana for a few breaths.
Cheerful for those who have success. And a neutrality or indifference to those who do wrong, fail, or sin. Okay, so what we often say is the last two are harder.
So for our last pose, we are going to be taking a frog pose. If you need pillows to lay on, by all means. So frog pose, I like to say, turn to the side of my mat, just so that I can have nice cushioning underneath my knees. And you're going to slowly open up your knees, keeping them in line with your hips. And slowly lower yourself down, maybe to your forearms. And as time goes, widen your hips out, trying to go for that center splits.
Cheerful when someone has success, it's also difficult. Okay, so particularly
If you're comfortable in it, or if you're already in your center splits, maybe you come up to your hands, adding in that back bend. Now, I'm just going to change my ankle. You guys stay where you are. When I say knees in line with hips, I mean knees in line with hips. So you see that my knees go straight down from my hips, one straight line.
so this is really a nice chant, and this is
Now, if you lean forward, you will put a little more pressure on your knees. I hope you have cushioning on it. It will relieve some of the sensation. Same, if you go back a little, that's more like a child's pose, but you're still in the pose, just finding right where you should be to find a discomfort level of roughly 3 to 4 on a level of 1 to 10. Now feet are flexed, pointed out from the hips. Holding this for as long as you can tolerate. And then after you're done with that, I'm going to go back on my mat. All you're going to do is swing your toes together. Your knees are already all wide. And sit your hips back to find yourself in a child's pose. Either keeping it traditional, or maybe you bring the palms of your hands together, bringing them to the back of your neck to add in a slight little tricep shoulder stretch here. Stay in your child's pose for as long as you need. Once more, my name's Frances, and I hope you enjoyed this little yoga stretch. Have a great day, you guys.